Well, it's 5 minutes after 9 o'clock, and we want to make some big apologies to our listeners. We were having some horrendous technical difficulties here. Some of you might know, if you're listening to us online, some of you might know that we those of you who live in St. Kitts Nevis, you would know that the Atlas level site has gone down again, and nothing to no fault of our own. Some issues Skellig is having, and that is being resolved at the moment. And on top of that, we were having some problems with our streaming platform, which I think we may have sorted out now. Let's keep our fingers crossed and hope things stay optimal. But just to crave your patience and abject apologies to our listeners who are awaiting the start of Island Tea for today, the day after National Heroes Day, September 17th. But here we are. They always say it's better late than never. We're here with my co-host Jay Black and Kortensia. Hey guys.
Hey guys. Good morning, radio listeners
morning.
and online listeners.
Yeah.
International and regional.
Okay.
Guys, sorry. Oh boy. But thanks for your patience and understanding. We waited and we waited and we waited. I had some guests that, oh boy. Oh, I wish I could call those ladies back.
Kortensia always makes me laugh
Yeah.
when she does that.
Well, I mean,
It's very endearing,
Yeah. Because, Lord, we just said, okay, this is not going to work. And then up it goes and it works. But thank you, folks who are waiting patiently.
Yeah, folks are waiting patiently.
Oh,
my
boy.
gosh.
I can imagine our comments. I hope we're going to get some nice
comments?
moral support comments.
We ready for them?
Yeah, no, I'm sure we're going to get some nice ones. We have some pretty nice listeners, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what is going on in the world?
What is going on in the world? Why?
So I went to, any of you get to go to the amusement?
I haven't as yet, I'm just looking at the crowd because I don't want to get,
You don't want to be in a brawl?
no, not
Okay.
the brawl, but I just don't want to get caught up in the crowd.
Yeah.
We were there. Well, my daughter went with one of her friends. Well, two of her friends, and
Right.
so me and wifey went with the boy,
Okay.
the 10-year-old,
Okay.
and they went on the ride. Someone you remember someone told us last week that the rides were not fit for adults, and I went in there with that in my head, and so like my wife was like, "Are you gonna come?" I was like, "But I thought they said it's just kids."
So which one of the rides?
Turns
did
out
you
it's
go
not
on?
true. But no, I'm gonna next time, maybe Independence Day or something.
Independence Day.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be the next holiday now, so everybody's going to try to go. Because I heard the queues were
We went
pretty
on
long
Friday,
on Sunday nights.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I heard even
I was
after the
shocked.
event, people went over there. Bel Pastel, I
Ah.
heard folks went over to Coney Island. Was there a band on Sunday night as well?
A band?
Yeah,
I'm
because
not sure.
Yeah, there was a band.
Oh.
But
I think
I
their
couldn't
bands
figure out who it
every
was from
night.
home.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Not
They
sure.
had a band last night. They had Collision was there on
Sunday?
Yeah, I heard.
Friday.
I heard that Collision played.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ronnie Rascal was playing before.
Okay.
We-
There's a
and-
DJ. There's definitely a
Yeah,
DJ every
yeah.
night. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he did a pretty good job. I thought it was refreshing to hear
Yeah.
a nice mix of music. When I got there, he was playing compa.
Okay.
You know what compa is?
Well, I'm sure it's children friendly.
No, it's
No,
a mix. It's some.
It's a French
yeah.
Caribbean music from
Like Zouk?
Yeah.
yeah,
something like that.
Very similar, yeah.
Okay.
From Haiti.
Right.
And, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, Black Nose
Yeah.
music.
And the funny thing is, when I went, the person was talking. I was like, "Who's that playing compa?" I said, and then I saw it's Rascal, and he played a nice mix of like dance music and so so I thought
I
that
just
was
feel
nice.
like when you're at those,
Which is perfect for like an amusement
correct.
park.
I
Right?
just feel like at those events,
You know?
you're supposed to be playing children-friendly music. You know?
yeah,
Yeah, because you got a lot of kids in there,
Yeah, a lot of
and
kids
we
in
have
there.
children that are very, very
You
wise
can't
these
say,
days.
you can't
yeah.
say words like that thing that rhymes with cloth and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Like, yeah, you can't say that.
What world is
Jamsta
that?
don't even try
Don't
to.
try to say Jamsta. Don't even try to hollow phrase it. Nothing. Yeah, I just feel like it's a children's
Cloth.
event. You know,
Jamsta, let it go.
family friendly.
Oh boy,
Like,
oh boy.
you know,
I know-
you might be stirred away.
I
I'm gonna say
know
stirred
no
away.
objectionable word that rhymes with cloth. But
Well, you
anyway,
don't.
Right, but anywho's, but
I say black this way.
you're supposed to be able to go any denomination, any orientation, and just feel comfortable, right?
True.
Because this is a family-friendly event.
true.
Yeah,
So,
and that's good that it.
And some huge numbers.
Yeah.
as it should.
I guess
Yeah.
people want some place to go, and
Oh,
then
nice.
it.
I mean, it's better than drinking
And it kind of makes you wonder.
and eating.
Kind of makes you wonder why it
But
took
you
so
have-
long. Why it took so long? Well, I mean, I guess. When was it?
But wasn't it just for the 41st part
It
of
is.
the calendar?
It is.
Yeah.
It is in accordance of the.
Well, I was wondering why it took so long for us to have one of those. We haven't had them in a
Coney
while.
Island again.
It has
Yeah,
to
because
be-
it used to come here after spending summers in the BVI.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
last.
because that's where they normally are almost every year.
Yeah, the last one was I remember up at Patsy Alice. That was like when? That was
Yeah.
like
Years ago.
Oh, jeez.
Like donkey years ago.
Yeah, I think I was in my first year of CFBC. That would have been 1999, 2000. Geesh.
But somebody told me that this one is
Why is-
it's from the VI.
What?
From St. Croix. What?
My co-host,
Mm-hmm.
I guess he calculated whatever he calculated.
No,
He's being
I
funny
did not.
over
You
there.
see, your conscious. Oh, they are digging you out, right?
Why?
I laugh because you said "geesh." That's literally why I laugh. You're like, "Geesh." Oh my god! I ain't said
Because
nothing.
it's been that long.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I feel like it's a nice change in pace for events. I mean, in addition to what we're accustomed to, fetes and all that stuff, it's like it's a nice change in pace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe something they should do every summer too.
Yeah, I think
Right after they're done with the
although-
BVI, just come down.
Right.
Just come down
Right.
here.
Although you could say you could say that I think kitchens and divisions get fed up of things fast. Although something like that,
Not necessarily.
yeah,
Not
But it's just
necessarily.
once a year.
something like that might not
look-
be
something to
as
look forward to.
susceptible. You know,
Kitchens don't get fed up once it's like, like we're always going to have that FOMO phenomenon, we spoke about this already.
yeah, we did.
Right? The FOMO phenomenon is fear of missing out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is, I mean, you just need to not have expensive events, but different types of events, right? After a while, if you have the same thing over and over with the same construct, then it would get a little boring, right? So you have to change it up. You always have to try like reinvent the wheel in a sense, right? For the type of events. Because you can't really do one event like a million times. It's the same event. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's just my thing.
So you think the repeat of certain events every year?
No,
needs to stop?
the thing is, no, the events that happen once a year have their place. Don't get me wrong, right? So like a music fest, right? An Inception or Belle Pastel, or
What's Belle Pastel?
Belle Pastel is as the name suggests, it's a fete. The dress code is pastel colors, right? So the
Sounds very Trinidadian.
Trinidadian. I ain't going there with you.
The name, no, just
but-
the way Belle. It sounds like something.
Belle Pastel's model is the dress code, right? The event is
And
literally
I mean
named
that in a
after,
good way.
right?
Yeah.
And then there is White Sands, right? So White Sands, of course, the dress code is white. Okay. So these are things like it's just like, okay, there is a theme already. You know what to do. You understand? So you just to change it up every year and figure out, okay, well, how are we gonna make this different? How are we gonna make this better? So yeah. Yeah. You got something to say?
No, not at all. No, I don't do fats, so I can't say anything.
You don't do fats?
No.
What do you do?
Mind my own business and work. I
You're
don't
so
do
lame. You
fats.
couldn't come with something.
No.
Come say something else, now, man.
What? You want me to lie?
Even if you say you don't go to church 3 times a week, I would be like, all right, cool.
I honestly can't. Jesus will get me. It's the truth.
Jesus will get you. You're born up
Yeah.
by the door for him.
No. I'll just say you'll get me. He's not that bad God that we make him out to be. No, he's a sweetheart.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree.
That's
I
what I'm
agree.
saying.
I always say-
Amen.
Yeah.
Hope you
But
are
no.
pretty smart before I
But
reach
I
one.
always say that because I think some Christians, in their minds, God is a drill sergeant and
He isn't. He's such a
and
sweetheart.
like this authoritarian who is
There has to be some level of authority.
No, I understand.
Yes.
But I think God is more reasonable than we give him credit for.
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes
Like I told someone the other day, the only person I'm afraid of is God. I don't know what he looks like, and I told the person, and you for sure don't look like him either. So I'm sure you don't look like him either. But that's the only person I revere and fear, because he's got plenty power, plenty power.
I feel like God look like us.
I don't know. I want to see
Yeah.
for myself.
You know, it's funny.
If Jesus comes down and proves to be multicolored like the rainbow, or like all the colors of the human beings that are on earth,
That's our mental. That's our
I'll be
disease.
like,
If you look like, I had time.
but do you think he wants to look like a premier race or a premier color per se to make it look like he's this superior?
Actually, right, we could go into this debate and find out
And
if
this is
Jesus
why I
was
don't
black.
debate religion and politics, because it's a
Yeah.
lot.
It's a
'Cause
lot.
Jesus-
It's
how
a
can
lot.
we determine? Because we're basically saying, okay, Jesus is black, so the black race guy.
Well, I mean, based on geographical location and how the people were built back then, it is fair to say that Jesus was a dark guy, right?
But then most of the pictures and most of the Bible stories we come upon, they show us Jesus to be a Caucasian guy.
Well, you see, that is different because the media is the media is the media. But then you have to go back to history. This is why we had John here last week telling us that, well, why, that is how we learn it, but it ain't really saying, you check it out. So I guess it depends on who tells the story.
Yeah, because then they say his hair is white as snow, so you're thinking, oh my gosh, this cotton wool vibe, this fluffy looking sheep wool, and
Well, you see, pure white is always associated with pure, right?
yeah, purity.
But then you see what happens is, I feel like, okay, I grew up in church, right?
Me too, praise the Lord, brother.
Yeah, praise the Lord. Amen, amen. And I read the Bible frequently. My mother kind of put me onto that whole situation there. God bless his soul. But she, the thing is about it, the Bible, I feel like the Bible is a journal. So I feel like people used to like, okay, for example, so we fixed the technical issues this morning and we don't know what happened, but let's just say, okay, it happened in great timing for whatever reason. Everybody gonna talk about Jamsta is the man, Jamsta is the man, and Jamsta probably ain't got himself as the man. Jamsta just said, but man, you know what I do? He just walk out and he just, but people praise him for it. You check it out. So every time there's a problem gonna call Jamsta and Jamsta just happen to get it work. So Jamsta can always be the man. I feel like that was the situation with
Jesus?
Jesus. Yeah. Jesus was a smart man, Jesus, if we had to think Jesus today, I feel like Jesus would be like a Mac-Night man. Yeah.
A Mac-Night man?
I feel like he'd be a Mac-Night man.
So what about a Mac-Night man?
Because Jesus was off the streets. He know to talk street. You
so
understand?
no other community don't know how to speak, isn't, how should I say, isn't versed or well-spoken when it comes to street.
Who ain't verse?
No other community in the Federation.
No, I just feel like he'll be Mac-Night because just known what is known for Mac-Night, right? I just feel like
Are
he'll
you
be a
from
Mac-Night man.
Mac-Night, kind sir?
No, me for Mac-Night.
Oh, so which gentleman in Mac-Night would have made you?
Listen, I feel like when you talk to people from like Mac-Night, they give you a different perspective on life.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
because
that
they've
means you
seen
speak to
things, they've
somebody
heard
from-
things.
So no other village would give you that type of perspective around St. Kitts per se.
St. Paul's.
and,
St. Paul's.
I'm looking at the okay.
Yeah, and then people who countryside, Maligno, Philly, them places there. Yeah, I feel like, when you see a man come from them 10 places there and he start to talk street, you gotta listen because like, okay, boy, he been around. He approached woman at the well, he's like, you see, you're thirsty, but why you gonna tell you gonna quench your thirst? Because, it's just lyrics, the man running on the people them, right?
So you want to say Jesus, because Jesus said something like what you just said, so you want to say Jesus had lyrics like that?
Jesus had lyrics, the man didn't
Okay.
know how to. Jesus was a politician. Jesus was like,
Jesus just said the right thing.
Jesus just said the right things at
That
the
made
right time.
plenty sense.
And Jesus is, and the thing
yeah.
is about it, I feel like Jesus to cuss people out, but smartly.
I think
Because
he
I feel like
told
they
them
start asking
off.
some real dumb questions, and just will be like, well,
But no question is a dumb question though.
No.
They ask him questions that were out of this world.
there does no, it got dumb question, because people does really try and test you, just for you to react. And Jesus used to be like, well, if 1 + 1 is 2, then 2 + 2 is what? Duh.
Thank God he never said that. Even if it, I wonder, but Jesus just sounds like the sweetest little soul, and that's why he
No,
gives
man,
us.
Jesus was a rough man, yeah.
I don't think so. That's
No,
why I
man.
think that's why we have so many chances. I know people saying, "Oh, I hear Jesus coming since my great grandmother, whatever." But I just think the man just giving us enough chances to be ourselves.
I like the
and then
story
come
of the
back in.
lady that dragged herself in
Well,
the mud.
looks like we're getting a call.
We getting a call?
Is this Brother Greg?
Is this Miss Henry?
Well, let's see.
Who is it?
Caller, go right
Good
ahead.
day.
Good
Island T.
morning.
Good morning.
Hi,
guys.
you're hearing us
Good
well?
guys.
I guess you're listening us
Yeah,
online,
I'm
right?
Waiting.
How's-
I'm not so sure patiently, more like
Okay.
impatiently.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, bear with us. We had some issues. We
yeah,
had
of
some.
course.
Yeah.
I mean,
mhm.
we understand that you've been going through a string of bad luck.
Yes.
Better must
lately.
come.
One thing, when it's not one thing, it's the other.
Stuff on top of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it ends soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering though, before you get bogged down in this religious thing, because I agree with Kortensia. As soon as you start to talk religion and politics, you'll go down a rabbit hole, so to speak.
yep.
And then we'll wake up Greg Zilla.
Oh, I'm sure I don't know how he'll take that, He might take it as rather than a grain of salt, a patch of honor.
Actually, Greg is pretty. What's the word? He's not easily offended like that.
Yeah, but Greg, we miss your voice.
And we're good. So,
Yeah, I noticed on Facebook over the weekend that he was somebody yanked his chain. But
Oh,
anyway, what I was gonna suggest though is not that I was gonna make an input or anything, but so many things happened over the weekend. One, there was this I saw on WINNFM's website that Venezuela forgave Haiti's, I think it's
$1.7 billion oil debt.
Yeah. I mean, that I would regard that as huge, and it. Well, I mean, of course, they probably did it for PR purposes, but the fact is, it's something good to emulate, and he really put the larger countries,
To shame?
with their own money, France and those other countries, to shame. Okay. The other thing that happened, I think, over the weekend was this. Was it a shark attack or something like that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
We
read
don't,
that.
but we don't know if
But-
it was.
but-
Well, we don't know what it
Yeah.
But what I heard was that it wasn't a shark. They said it might have been a barracuda or something that bit him.
Ooh.
Really?
But then I was told by someone that visited the beach, Mr. McMahon, the other day, that they had 4 baby sharks swimming around, and they moved away, and people wanted to go see them. But what the
Baby
person
shark,
tell me,
do-do-do-do-do.
oh gosh, now where there are baby sharks, the mother is not too far out watching her
Of course,
kind, right?
We know that.
So we have to be careful.
Yeah, and I mean, it's one of the more popular beaches. I don't know if those the breakwaters that they put in there may have had something. I would have thought that it would have made it safer, but I don't know if it attracts
Yeah.
marine life or whatever. But yeah, that's something to
Which beach
be
was this?
mindful of.
Forgive me.
I always thought that, well, actually, I think I've expressed before that it's nice to have a totally safe environment to swim and snorkel and canoe in. And that salt pond could be developed. The pond right next to the Figure Bay Beach can be developed into such a place. I mean, you've seen places in Florida, for instance, where they have those artificial beaches, lagoons type things. Bring in, it might be artificial sand as well. I think there's a particular type of sand that you can use that gives you a really nice tropical setting. The nice thing about that is if there's a hurricane, for a while before the beach catches itself, it's kind of unsightly and so on, and we don't have to close down our tourist industry if we have a major storm, because we'd have a protected lagoon area that can be used. And
Well,
the same kind of thing that I thought would be good.
Didn't I hear?
The different.
Didn't I hear that they had plans for some kind of boardwalk, like a restaurant and a boardwalk, and I'd heard about those pedal those pedal boats.
Other things, yeah.
I'd heard about them having maybe those for people you can rent them.
That's
and-
cool.
I mean, that,
On the lake?
something
Yeah.
like that would be very good development, I think, and that's what I'm always saying, that you shouldn't just stay one
let me
place
just put
stagnant. You
jet
should
skiing, yeah.
develop the
Mhm.
attractions and so on. Give people something new every time.
Yeah.
There was also the Trump situation. I mean, how
What Trump situation? Say it on the
What do you
ear
wanna
for
call
everybody
it
to
then?
know.
Trump fabrication.
Yes, the attempted
What do you wanna call it?
assassination.
Oh, for real?
You really think the man just wanted to hide in the bush and be famous for a few seconds?
What
He
do you
didn't.
mean?
Go ahead, Mr. McMahon.
Yeah, well, I mean, all that is worthy of a debate. But the mere fact that you're talking about an attempted assassination attempt,
By a
so we
Democrat.
call it that, two in such a short space of time against the same man. I mean, that's
This ain't
open
man.
for all kinds of things, theories and so on. And of course, we can't lose sight of the fact that we're in independence. This is independence time. Thankfully, around this time we could always expect a storm or two. Fortunately, there are none this year. This year, as
Despite the horrendous heat, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank
that's
God.
what surprising. I mean, it's turned out that one weather reporter said it turns out to be a dud, because they were anticipating some serious storms. I mean, and it started out like that with that storm in Windward Island. But so far so good, at least.
Yeah.
With us. Right, and finally, yes, it's good to have the diversion of
The
the island.
amusement park.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, it is independence, and it was. Yesterday was National Heroes Day, and one can't help but think what our national heroes would have thought, and the living one as well, what he thinks about the state of affairs right now in our country. Sure, there are lots of things that we have progressed in, but there are lots of things that absolutely need attention. And whether it is a time for celebration, but it's also a time for introspection as well, because we have to look about the future and make sure that
True.
it's better for all of us. So I just thought that
Yeah.
there were those things that,
Yeah, we were gonna come to those actually.
yeah. Okay,
There was one other story that this came to light on Friday. You heard about what the Pope was saying about? I thought it was interesting. He said, I thought it was interesting. He said that both candidates, Harris, are anti-life, but we have to choose the lesser of two evils,
the lesser of two
which I
evils.
thought was interesting. But I think
Very interesting
and I
indeed.
think I think what he meant, actually saying both are anti-life, you could argue that he was more lashing the Republicans, because it's always been said about the Republicans that here they are, they're pro-life, but after you're born, they just leave you to your own defense, because they don't believe in universal health care. They want to end Social Security. They want to abolish
The thing is, the Pope, a Pope always has a tight rope to walk on, because there you are. I mean, you have to basically keep the tenets of the Catholic faith, and at the same time, you can't help but support liberation theology and that kind of stuff, because it goes with your mandate. So it's always.
Or what would Jesus do, right? What would Jesus do?
As a man.
What would Jesus do? Yes, that's the big question.
Yeah, boy.
Except in Greg's mind. Except in Greg's mind.
What would Greg say?
Yes, what would Greg say?
Yeah, Greg, we're calling on you. We haven't heard from you in a minute. We hope all is well and you're doing fine.
Okay. There's some thoughts over the
Yeah.
long weekend. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Happy Independence season to you. Yeah.
Speaking about national heroes, I don't know if y'all saw that Rose got an award.
Everybody,
Yes.
listen, everybody was talking about it yesterday
Why?
in the airport, and they're saying now she needs a siren on her bike and some lights. Everybody, I was like,
A
what?
siren on her bike? I don't
Yeah,
understand.
they said she needs a siren on her bike and some lights now to
Mhm.
big up some more people. Everybody, listen, that was a hot topic yesterday.
Mhm.
I thought I heard
Yeah.
wrong because when I heard I said, is that the
Yeah,
police officer Rose?
yes,
Rose. I
Okay.
didn't even know her first name. I can't remember her first name. I don't know so.
Allison.
But Allison Rose. Just like big up yourself, Allison.
She can give you a ticket.
Yeah. But her bike is actually
Citizen Allison.
Yeah,
her bike is actually a tourist attraction in town. Whenever she parks it up and the tourists then come in town, they actually take pictures on it.
It's a motorbike?
No, it's like
you remember
no,
the
I
Paul
know.
Blart bike?
the
in-
bar back bike.
Oh, she has one of those?
Yeah.
That's why they say now she needs a
Oh.
siren and some lights.
I don't even see no way I say we can hold on
Paul
that.
Blart.
We thought she had out something.
You get a ticket. You got a ticket. You got a ticket. We all got a ticket. You better do what's right by officer.
Listen, I
or else
respect
she's
Rose
gonna get
though.
you. Yeah.
Rose does operate with sense. I like
Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah,
I like
and
her.
she doesn't back down. And I don't want to say she's a bully, but she has to stand up for what she believes
she's
in
not a
and her
bully.
rights.
It's
Yeah.
just that I listen.
That's what I said.
See in
I won't say
town,
she's a bully.
It's like how could you decide to do that in the heat of traffic?
Yeah.
That does not make any sense, right?
She upholds.
Yeah. So when I see Rose in town, it's like okay, traffic gonna move smooth today.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
everybody, listen, she's revered.
Yeah.
She is revered.
yeah,
They
yeah.
respect anybody see Officer Rose coming.
She's
Whether-
revered?
Yes.
Okay.
She's revered and respect. They
Damn,
might
so like I had a bad experience.
jams that they might
I
make.
think revered might be a stretch.
No, but once they see how they move, they don't stay there and try to
Yeah,
argue
but-
anything with her.
That's not reverence. That's
That's why I say revered. I never said reverence.
reverence. Revered.
Jamsta.
Reverence would be the
Jamster.
noun.
Jamsta.
Fair enough. Okay,
Yeah.
she's not feared, but she's respected then.
Jamsta ain't have to go so deep. I understand
Okay,
exactly.
but really shocked. Someone in the comments said it is said children sometimes throw food into the water. Maybe that was the reason. So
Because
yeah,
they
that
say
could
the
be a
shark's
thing.
not getting food out further, so they're coming
That
in.
could be a thing. Really, you're not getting food out further.
No food out there. Remember this. And the next thing too, someone's telling me sharks are always in the water, always. But it's just that maybe they don't attack us. But I don't know.
Sharks don't necessarily attack people like that, to be honest.
So
There's a
what
survey
caused
there.
them to eventually
Wait,
pounce?
there are several reasons why a shark may attack someone, right? I remember when, we had those series of shark sightings on the shore sometime earlier. I don't know if it was this year or last year. Was it this
Yeah,
year?
last year I think.
Last year, right. But that was in connection of the volcano that erupted down south from us, right? That was Kikum Jenny. Was that Kikum Jenny? Or the one in
No,
St. Vinci?
Kikum Jenny
in
is-
Vinci. It was in
Grenada.
Vinci.
Grenada.
Grenada, no, Vinci. It was in Vinci.
Kick 'em Jenny in Grenada.
No. It wasn't Kikum Jenny, but the one in
Soufriere or
So
something.
free.
Soufriere. Is Soufriere?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, whichever one was acting up that time.
Weirdly enough, the one in Montserrat is named Soufriere. So
Right.
it's
So
like they couldn't come up with.
by
Maybe the volcanoes are resentful at the fact that we weren't more creative with the names. Maybe they'd be better behaved. I know.
But anywho's, it was explained that what happens is when you have a volcanic or geothermal action in the water, it throws off the magnetic compass of the sharks. So essentially, they become disoriented. So that is why there were a lot of sharks ending up like, on the shore. When I say on the shore, like coming up on the sand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that was happening. I didn't.
That
realize.
was happening. I remember going down the Bayfront one time with a friend of mine. It was gray skies, the weather was a little inclemented, and we saw a shark just casually walk up on the sand and then just turn back on and be like, whoops. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Like, I talking about like Jaws level type shark. They say like them cat shark, you just see them fish.
Are you serious?
I am a whole shark. A whole Sharp. Do.
I mean, yeah, it stands to reason. I know there's other magnetic anomalies that affect them, but it never occurred to me.
Yeah,
that
the whole
it would
volcanic
happen with
thing was
volcanoes.
mhm.
Yeah.
I did some research on it, so
Mhm.
yeah, I kind of smart. But yeah,
So, and I heard they had the what do they call it? The national service in Wanna Park on
right,
Sunday.
right.
Is it Sunday? Yeah.
Yes.
And so I was wondering now. Go ahead.
Okay, before you go ahead, somebody says, they honestly feel she's deserving of the award, but I think she stands out so much because the force in general doesn't enforce anything. And I believe that is correct.
Uh-oh.
And Rouse is reminiscent of the police of the 80s. And I believe that. Yeah,
Wow.
because she sticks up for what she believes in.
Yeah, as she should.
That's why I tell you she's revered. She's deeply feared. You see, officer, you move your car. This is a ticket.
But that's how it should be. That's how it should be.
Not when you see the others, you wad them up and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you see, sometimes I feel like, where there's good, there's bad. There's some in the force that, could use a little bit more training.
Needs to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not need to go. No, man.
Needs to go.
No, I'm not put nobody out of job. No, I ain't gonna do that.
So you're gonna keep a rotten apple in the to mess
Let me
up
tell
the
you
whole
something.
bar?
I feel like people deserve chances, but after a certain
many
amount
more?
of chances,
So I have
Then
an
you-
official report here from the police concerning
The shark.
the shark. Yeah, it says I just saw it. The police are investigating a potential shark attack that occurred at Frigate Bay Beach earlier. I guess that would have been earlier. Was that yesterday or the day before? No, it was the day
Yep.
before, right?
No, it wasn't.
it wasn't yesterday. I feel like it was yesterday.
Okay. A 9-year-old boy, because it says early this afternoon, but so anyway.
Yeah, so that was yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. I wasn't sure. Okay.
Yeah.
A 9-year-old was transported to the Joseph and France General Hospital by private transport after emerging from the sea with a severe arm injury. Medical professions have since confirmed the presence of bite marks on the boy's arm, consistent with an attack by a marine animal. The injury is being treated as serious, and the boy remains under close medical care. Investigators are working to determine the circumstances surrounding the incident and are taking necessary precautions to ensure the safety of the public. Yeah, but my wife was telling me last night that subsequent reports said that they don't think it was a shark because a shark bite would be. I'm assuming if that's true, that's probably based on the bite marks.
Well, you can't
'Cause
tell how big the
sharks,
shark is either.
No, but sharks have multiple rows of teeth.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
it really depends.
So what would you assume could have bitten the child?
Barracuda.
She said a barracuda, but
About what?
Let me see
Because
what a barracuda looks like.
that
'cause
is
I
the only
honestly don't know
other
what it looks
You never
like.
kind of
went no
aggressive.
No. What am I doing down the bay, sir? I'm a homebody.
You what? You never had no biddies?
No.
You never hear in the water, yo, we got a barracuda over there.
No.
What?
No. Oh, that's an ugly boy.
Let me tell you something, right?
Oh, he got ugly teeth.
When you hear barracuda in the water, right? You gotta run here. You gotta like scrape out the water, right?
I never knew this is what it looked like.
Barracuda is the only fish that could swim in reverse.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm learning something new today.
Barracudas could also stay still in the water.
Oh.
Yeah. It's one like when you hear about barracuda, like you gotta run. Like them they're actually arguably more deadly than sharks. Yeah, man, them things quick.
But I'm looking at how the teeth is in this. The teeth looks very weird.
Teeth, yeah.
And the teeth is sharp. My gosh, this could puncture seriously, boy. Wow, look at that teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, jeez, I got goosebumps.
You don't go beach often.
No, not really. No, wow.
Okay.
I really didn't know this is how ugly the fish was, guys. And this, I was wondering if the teeth, the teeth. That I was wondering if the teeth, like how they Photoshop.
But then you look at the size of that fish. Have you ever like opened the inside of like the mouth of a fish and realized how sharp the teeth is still?
No, a little. The small,
No, but that's a
tiny
small
teeth.
fish.
Mhm.
But for that size, to maintain that kind of size. What do you think you're gonna be eating?
Wow.
If a whale swallow, a
But
whale
the head
swallow
look
you.
bigger than any part of this fish because this fish has a narrow back. Oh boy. We just have to be careful. Please, folks, let's be careful. Because we don't know what is attacking folks in
I
the
always
water.
just say the brave don't live forever, but the cautious don't. The cautious don't live at all.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and so I was wondering, you think we're gonna have? How do they do the fireworks for Independence? Is it the night? Is it like maybe like after 8, the night of
You know,
Independence Day? or-
I never really gauged that. I know that over the years we would have had some special occasions where we had fireworks in the night, like that year when we had the drone show. That was cool.
But yeah,
That was cool.
yeah, but that was for last year's Independence, right?
But that was for 40. That was
Yeah.
that was for Grand 40. Yeah.
I don't know. Is the fireworks so we had fireworks? I don't even remember what happened last year other than
We
the
had
drone,
the drone show. Yeah, we had the
But
drone
did
show.
we have fireworks after the drone
Oh,
show?
last year was a drone show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
remember
Oh.
last year
Yeah,
was
yeah.
40.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the park, everybody went to the park to see the drone show. But did we have fireworks?
Did
after?
didn't
No,
have
they had the
fireworks,
drone
no.
show instead.
Just the drone show.
As
Oh, okay. So fireworks is a common occurrence every year for Independence?
Not
At some point, I
really,
think.
but sometimes.
Maybe I want to, easy 10 fireworks, 5 seconds, that kind of thing.
I always thought, right, like during Carnival, I always thought that there should have been like this big thing in town. I mean, it's Carnival after all. Like you have a show, like a New Year's show, and then you have the countdown, and then you have the fireworks at
The time scale.
at 12 o'clock. Yeah. I always thought, to me that would make sense because you could still go to
We got it. We got
yeah.
super patriotic.
you could still go to your whatever ball you frequent, after, I always thought that would be a good addition to Carnival because we're unique in that we have Carnival. We're probably the only country that has, I
What?
think
No,
St.
Montserrat
Croix
too?
kind of. Oh, and Montserrat, sorry,
Yeah.
and Montserrat, yeah.
Say that
Yeah.
again. We the
What?
only country that do what?
No, he fixed it.
Meaning has Carnival around that time, sort of. What?
Just
What?
making sure.
Well, St. Croix, I think. Well, St. Croix actually starts on. It starts on January 1st, I think.
Well, you see, what happens is
And Montserrat, yeah.
our carnival coincides with Carnival in Trinidad. Because the peak of Trinidad is in February, but the festivities start from like
Yeah, but it's not the same because those are like preliminary activities. Because remember, Carnival is really February.
in Trinidad by.
That's true, but
Carnival, not like Anguilla, Barbados, Tortola, and so
But
a
those
couple
are
other
those
islands
if
competing
you-
in the
island
summer.
carnivals, so it's gonna be different,
but
Yeah,
if you,
but do we need a competition during that time, you think? Because then some going to want to go here, some going to want to go
But
there. I think we should space it out where everybody, especially the revelers that enjoy it, can go to everyone and experience
not
them.
possible.
Okay.
Not possible.
especially during the summer, you have
Yeah, you
so
have
many of
3
them
carnivals, 3 to 5
overlapping,
carnivals overlapping. Yeah, yeah.
overlapping
yeah.
and clashing up.
There's Barbados, Anguilla,
Antigua,
Antigua,
BVI,
BVI,
St.
Four.
Vincent.
St.
St.
Vincent
Vincent
too.
winding
No, man, no.
down.
I think they're like maybe like a couple weeks apart.
Yeah, but
yeah,
they
but I
still
mean,
have
overlapping
it's
in a
same
sense.
same kind of period.
Grenada.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then in April you have Jamaica and St. Martin and what's the other one?
St. Thomas.
St. Thomas. Yes, yes.
For somebody else missing though.
Mm.
Because Trinidad and Dominica kind of around the same time too,
February.
Mm-hmm.
For real?
Yeah.
Google it.
Dominica
okay.
and Trinidad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Around the same
Yeah.
time.
So-
but this has always been like a complaint or maybe like a cry of the mass band leaders
Mass Dominic.
because they, because the designers cater to the larger other carnivals more, right?
And the smaller
We that's why we launch late, but that's no excuse. I stand on that.
No, but I find for Carnival, the calendar that we have, that's for private events and not for the national.
No, we
events.
have two carnival events. There 2 carnival events
Calendars,
calendars.
okay.
Yes, there's the fringe events and there's the officials, the official events. Ain't the Queen supposed to be launching today?
I'm not sure,
I think so. Yeah, today's Tuesday. Yes.
Well, the
Oh.
Queen's launching today.
Yeah, I think they're launching today.
But why we wait so late though? Why we can't know since January so we could have
No,
the
no,
person?
no.
Maybe we could help hold them accountable in
To
terms
be
of getting
honest,
in shape,
to be-
etc., etc.
To be no what?
Yes.
I
and
think we're doing-
practicing and
I think we're doing pretty good this year when it comes to early publishing and
for Carnival I can say yes. But
Yes.
September, December right there, Jay.
Listen, it's not October, right? September is a great time to announce this thing.
No, but it's right there, man.
No, but then you gotta understand people. This is the time people start looking at tickets to come back in December, right?
Yeah, but if we look, I must say they're doing a great job at Carnival now, because you are knowing things way before Carnival was being advertised during music festival, etc., right? So they're doing an excellent job at that. But I just think we should know who the girls are like 6 months in, or maybe once kind of.
Do
by
people still
January.
care about that kind of stuff though?
Yeah, you never know. As I said, we could help hold them accountable. Make
You-
sure they're
like,
practicing their speeches.
Well, let me
they-
not say that. That's it'll be very remiss of me to kind of throw down that part of Carnival because it is essential. But what I'm saying is, over the years, things change, right? And it depends on what is happening, okay? So I remember coming out of COVID, well, during COVID, the Queen show that year had so much precedence because of who was going in, what was happening at the time, and when it happened. So because we couldn't go to like fetes and stuff like that, the Queen show is one of the only standing things that was like, okay, yeah, if anything else, the Queen show. We have to go to the Queen show. So they changed the venues, they put it over the dome. It was Ram. It was Ram. So
But I think because of who was in there too.
well, yes, that's what I'm saying. So there are three factors, right? Who, the period, and where it was happening, right? So maybe over the years, maybe, things change, the focus has changed, and this is a part of evolving as a brand, right? And I've heard that there are discussions about taking Carnival, the road match, outside of Bastille, or having it start from outside of Bastille and having congregate in town, right? Because the Carnival is only going to get bigger. It's only going to get bigger. It's going to evolve. It's going to change the whole model. Small island carnivals are getting more spotlight than ever before because people are saying, listen, if I don't want to do a whole Trinidad getaway, which has so many moving parts, you have to book a whole year in advance because all the hotels are booked out, all the cruise ships are booked out, and the costumes are somewhat
Cruise
expensive.
ships? What do you mean? They
What happens is if you don't get a hotel,
or they use cruise ships?
they bring in cruise ships and you could stay on the cruise ships. Yeah.
Trinidad?
Yeah, Trinidad.
Oh,
Mhm,
okay.
Yeah. So smaller under carnivals have been getting more attention. And people that were here last carnival, and big up to the carnival committee for, taking that step to market the smaller audiences and into other territories. I spoke to someone that came from Barbados, and she said she did not know St. Kitts had a carnival.
Sometimes I wonder some of these people from the other islands if they didn't do geography in school.
I don't know.
How is it we learned everything about all these other islands and these people know nothing about? I find this. This
I
is
think we need to
wild.
be a fly on the wall in
This-
varying countries to
this is
really see what
wild to me.
is said about the countries that we live in.
This is
I
wild
think we
to
know
me.
what's going on, but it's no. I think again, kudos to the Carnival Committee now. That stayed in place from since like during COVID-8, like that kind of. These people understand what marketing is, right? No. I challenge the Carnival Committee to make sure that they have these things documented as much as possible, because sometimes we might forget things. We get caught up in the moving parts and making things happen, but not on the part where we document these things, because everything seems so available. You see what I'm saying? You might just forget, and I'm not saying that they're not doing that, but it's just like, we have such a gem. People come overseas and people look to us because it's small, it's intimate. People love the intimacy when they come here. They like the small community energy, how close everyone is. Everybody knows everybody. And think it's a really safe country compared to these other countries, Oh my God. Like when people start saying, but St. Kitts is a bad country, we get these lots of deaths and murders. I'm just like, dog, we're really not that bad.
No.
We're really not that bad.
But I'm wondering, if we continue to grow, if the growth becomes exponential, are we equipped to house everybody?
Well, that's the question.
I
isn't
think
it?
we can.
The problem is,
We can, but
Equip,
are we
not
equipped?
right now. Not
Okay.
right now,
Okay.
but
but you know,
we could get there.
one of the problem is you don't get the impression that I've said that you guys. I mean, you heard me say this before. I don't get the impression that the planning people, the sustainable development people, do a good enough job of projecting. Okay, take for example, every time you build a new subdivision, every time houses go down, businesses open, whatever. You don't get the impression that they're doing a good enough job of saying, well, we have to scale water exploration, water provision, electricity, internet, because there's 30 houses going down there, so that means we have to do this. You don't get the impression that the long-term planning is there to make sure that we don't run into problems with providing basic utilities for those additional houses and the additional development.
I do hope that we get to a point where
Electricity
we become
department,
more,
all that, you know?
What's that word? Proactive. Not retroactive, but proactive. Because
I mean, we shouldn't be. You guys realize, I think it was last year especially, there were times when we had power outages, and you could probably point to the fact that it was probably because everybody was running their air conditioner.
okay,
Yeah, that
Right.
has happened.
right.
And those power outages that you would have heard about, the famous power outages in the States and so.
Right.
And those have happened because of the same thing, people running air conditioners. I remember in Obama, the night of Obama's election,
Mm-hmm.
there was an island-wide power outage,
Because everybody was home.
and everybody was watching TV.
Mm.
Watching. Yeah.
Right.
Those are the kind of things that should not happen if you have proper planning. You should know that, okay, we have this amount of people and we need to have this amount of excess capacity. What if everybody runs their AC? All these kind of things should be thought experiments. That should be computed into the equation to say, well, okay, we need to have this base load, and we need to have standby power for,
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And I could only hope and pray.
I mean, take for example, just that thing up there, that thing over there. Well, I think they had their own power probably, because
Yeah.
usually they had amusement park. Usually those things would have their own power. Yeah, usually
yeah,
have their
man.
own power.
Yeah, man.
but-
You want
You know.
the Ferris wheel conk out?
because you guys knew that when they had the open house this year, they had power outages twice, I think.
Which open house?
Agriculture
Okay. Oh, okay.
up in the same area,
Mm-hmm.
and that's probably the load was probably.
To the house and the one I'm coming up.
No. Remember whatever all the
Behave.
electricity they were using over there is additional load on the thing that, and maybe if they didn't really have that much of a buffer for power, for electricity supply, then that's what happens. So yeah,
Yeah, so we gotta do better. And we gotta be
Jay
prepared.
doesn't look convinced somehow.
No,
I doesn't know what.
I say you don't
You
look
don't
convinced.
look
You didn't
convinced.
you look
Let me
convinced.
tell you something. Certain things just make common sense to me.
Okay.
And if it don't make sense, then, it's two options. I just don't speak about it because I just feel like I'm going to be talking to a wall.
So you don't agree with what I said?
No, I hear you. I hear you. Right? I just feel like, the issue is a little beyond me because, again,
Yeah, it's beyond me too, but it's
you
just
know,
that
politics fair play, and I'm not talking about like party politics. I'm talking about like the various politics that exist on jobs that prevent things from happening, right? So because I don't know all the moving parts, I could never really fully comment on these things. But looking from the outside, you would expect that, hey, 1 + 1 = 2. But they say, well, we can't find the next one to add it to 2 because why ain't get approved, I see none on somebody this for a while or something like them kind of things just happen, and maybe because somebody ain't feel like it.
True.
Bro, feelings?
True.
Don't get me
True.
started in this studio here, man.
True. Yeah. Okay. And okay, well, here's what we're gonna. Let's take a quick break, and then we come back, and we got 15 minutes left. Once again, we gotta apologize to our listeners. Those of you who joined us late, we started late because we were having some streaming platform issues. And once again, just to say that we are awaiting resolution of a problem at the Atlas level transmitter site. Skelec experienced a problem apparently on the Sandy Point feeder, which meant that they had to take that feeder off. So we're hoping that that gets resolved soon, because I know the listeners were, stuck with the fact that the Atlas level feeder was off for about 2 months, and it came back on Friday, and then now here we are again. So hopefully we should get that sorted out today by Skelec. So let's take a quick break. It's 9:46.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Have you heard the exciting news from Makana Ferry Service? Here goes! We've reinstated subsidized rates for 2024. So now you can travel to Sabre, Statia with a reduced return rate, and we introduce special same-day rates. Wait! There's more! You've asked for day trip to St. Martin? Well, now it's a reality! Yes, on the weekends. Also, with the introductory special same-day rates, giving you savings and affordable transportation options, where you save every time. And hear this, our new schedule now includes Anguilla. Go to www.makanaferryservice.com or call our local agents. Ship it for less at 869-466-1151 extension 2 or 662-3961. You can email makana@shipitforless.com. So now you know. Enjoy the sun, sand, and unforgettable celebrations this summer with Makana Ferry Service and the gift of connection. Pour me out some stones, ginger wine for me. You'll never feel alone. Original taste. Stones ginger wine will never fade away. The wine for me and the next generation.
A legacy lasts forever. The original ginger wine, established in 1740. Stone's ginger wine.
Pour me out some stones, ginger wine for me. The wine for me and the next generation.
Live your legacy responsibly with Stones.
Oh, I've got this feeling to high-five the sun, dance in the rain, and have my scoop of fun. I'm on my way to flavor my day with something new, and I've got room for you. Let loose and live a little, get close and share a little, give in and taste a little. You'll fall in love with creamery novelties of life, and live a little, get close and share a little, give in and taste a little. You'll fall in love with creamery novelties.
Enjoy Creamy Novelties Ice Cream, distributed by Rams Trading. Live a little.
And we are back. It's 9:49. Now, listeners, I need you to let us know if you're getting us and online and so on. No one's. We haven't had anyone weigh in for a while, but at least we seem to have a lot of listeners. So that's good.
My bless up. I always feel great when I see something. People.
Yeah, but then we're not getting the interaction that we would like to have.
And say good morning in the comments, now, people. Lord of mercy.
Well, if they can, oh boy. Okay, I see Burl said, good morning, it's 9:05 already. We were wondering, it is makeup day Thursday, Jay Black. So, had the studio pack one day, then today jam. So how was that event with the Legends of Calypso? Thought you guys were still partying with Crazy. No, Crazy actually left yesterday. He was cool. He's fun.
Good morning. Good morning, bro. Good morning, Valentine.
You know.
Cleo, you here?
Yeah.
Jackie?
I know.
No, Socrates had them on here on Friday.
Oh,
okay.
how was Mr.
And-
Crazy?
Oh, they're talking about when the netball team was here.
No.
The studio was packed. It was about 19,
No,
20.
they're talking about Crazy. He's talking about
No,
Crazy.
talking about the
Calypsonian.
Calypsonians, the
You know Crazy the
extravaganza
Calypsonian?
that they had on.
No, he said Jay Black was up. You had the studio packed. He was talking about when we had the netball team in here.
Okay.
Yeah. It was about 20, between 20 and 30 of them, right? Yeah. Studio was
wasn't here.
ram out.
I
Uh-huh.
wasn't here.
I wish you were.
No.
I missed you.
I'm sorry.
That's what you said? You niggas say miss me too? Validate me.
Chance to get him, please.
Oh boy. Yeah, just correction. Those of you who heard me the first time. The reveal of the Carnival contestants happens this morning at 10 a.m. Yeah, so I always...
So that would be the Miss St. Kitts Nevis.
Miss St. Kitts Nevis,
okay.
yes. I always excited to see, because sometimes it's like, it's a hush-hush thing, and he's like, oh, ma'am, she going in? I can't believe. Yeah. And then when you're done, you pick up. Okay, so she gonna win. She might come second. That's an underdog, so me, really, I live for the hype, right? I live for the hype.
I remember a long time ago, you could have actually pointed and say, like, Jamsta is going to win. And Jamsta won.
Good girl, Jamsta.
you
Good body.
No, but I'm just saying, like, you would have picked that person and that would have been the exact person. But now, as you said, yeah, you can't underestimate, because you see these young ladies coming from behind and cleaning up, and you was like, but no, I had this one too. And then it was like, nope.
Listen, last year was something else. Like I had a family meeting. It was just like a family gathering, and I was telling them like, okay, well, based on what I'm seeing, this is who I think is gonna win, and everybody was kind of on the same page with me and whoever it is. And then
In the family or outside?
No, outside and just a few in the family. And then my aunt comes in. She's just like, no, she gonna win. I say, tell me why. I don't shoot down people, right? So, and she's just like, something about her, she gonna be the underdog for this show, right?
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to the show, right? I didn't even go to the show. But when I woke up the next day, someone just reminded me, well, bye, Miss Sankey or something. I was like, who win this? They said, Desiree. I was just like, Desiree, man? I was like, that's crazy. I'm just like, but so who was her chaperone? So I start asking these questions, right? Because I don't know what's going on. So it doesn't matter. I find out that it doesn't matter sometimes who you are, but it's your team. The chaperones is what make you what you are in these shows, right? And there's always, like, when you hear certain people mentioned as like chaperones, it's like, oh yeah, bye. She got a good chance of winning, because yeah. So it's really a chaperone. And then sometimes it's just like, just off the bat, like, okay, well, why? Me know about this one, but she still win, right?
Yeah.
So I always like these things, because it's like toss-ups. It's like, okay, well, I know this person. She very nicely posed, but she still ain't win. So it's like, but why she ain't win?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really live for Miss St. Kitts and the swimsuit and Miss Talented Teen. Miss Talented Teen was fun last year.
Isn't he and Smith moving this year to Tortola?
Really?
I think that's what I saw. The hints. I think it's gonna take turns going to the different islands that participate. So I think our girl is going to head into
Kaylee.
Tortola for that. I'm not. Don't know her name like that. So that's why I say our girl. The girl that won Miss Talented Teen.
She's very talented. Talented Teen was crazy. I hosted last year. So
nice.
When she went up on she did the aerial thing. She did an aerial dance. So she went up in the ceiling and she was on the rope and wherever it is. Man, my heart was immense.
She's good. I have a niece that does stuff like that.
Yeah?
She represented Miss BVI, I think. Was it last year? Yeah. We're still having a bit of technical difficulties, guys. So if you're not here in Jamsta, he's trying his best to sort it out.
Good morning, Pamela. If you're hearing us, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Skeeter Mills. Good morning. Oh my gosh, I miss Cleo's voice today. Oh, I hope we get these things sorted out as soon as possible so we can get our normal folks back in the do. Yeah. Well, we heard from Mr. McMahon, so that's good. Good morning, Miss Henry. Good morning, Culture. Good morning, Elder. People aren't. Oh, we apologize.
We
had
trying.
we had, you see, when Jay had run over earlier, we had that little issue, and then sometimes, as I tell you, we hear like we're like underwater, like some folks would describe it. No. Oh, okay. That's just Jay. Good morning, Princess of Melanin. Good morning, Candy. Good morning, AZ. Good morning, Fidel. How are you doing? Marvin, good morning. Good morning and good morning.
Good morning, Pavlona.
Yes,
That's
Williams Webster.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning, Leah. Good morning, Destiny. Good morning, Joshua. Good morning, Auntie Sharon. Good morning. I ain't trying to add too much energy. I just letting them know that. Yeah.
Oh boy, make the morning song bright. Good morning, Jam Down. Good morning to my mommy.
Mommy starts singing.
Yes. No, you don't have to
Morning
sing. You just have to make it just.
Oh
no. Good morning, Dennis.
Blackbird has spoken.
No. Good morning, Javon. Good morning, Diana H and Diana L. Good
How
morning.
you seeing these people?
I'm not saying anything. These
you
are my
just-
local.
oh,
These are my regular
your
shout outs. Good
fans.
morning, Miss
Oh, your
Brisbane. Good
fans.
morning, Miss Wall.
Clearly, I'm with a celebrity.
How are we doing? Not at all.
Not at all.
I just let my radio listeners know that I'm grateful that they're listening.
Yes,
Burl, good
I-
morning again.
Good morning, Skeeter. I see. I'm gonna try getting fans now, so I'm gonna start calling out people that I done.
Oh, Skeeter's on? You called out Jackie already, right?
I looking for Jackie. Jackie.
No, you could just
Jackie,
say,
where are you, Jackie?
maybe Jackie's having problems tuning in as well.
I looking for Cleo. I like when Cleo come on. I feel
Yeah.
like Cleo's the only one that gets me sometimes.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yep. See, Miss Wall agrees. She says, I agree. It's the presentation on the night that scored. So when we put it, when we saying, oh, this is my girl.
Talking about the Queen Show.
Yeah.
Right. I remember the swimsuit show that we had during COVID. And, you know.
You mean after COVID?
No, well, it was around
next
there.
year.
No.
We didn't have a Queen show in 2020. Did we have a Queen show in 2020?
Oh, was it 2021? I think it was 2021.
Yeah, we had nothing in 2020.
Yeah, 2021.
2020, we even had the Bubble Juve, or it's 2021 we had the Bubble Juve?
I can't remember.
I can't remember. All I could remember is the guy in the tree. But what? Oh, boy.
I forget what I had.
Yeah, he made that memorable for me, boy.
The swimsuit show, the winner for that year, she won just by chairman points. You know, chairman points are right.
That's the untimeness and all of that.
Yeah, so they submitted the material early.
Yeah.
She won by like 3 or 2 points. Yeah, and I was like, that is crazy. That is crazy.
That's why you have to be mindful when you're doing things, and as
You have to
rightfully said,
consider everything. Every point counts.
counts. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like, it's math to me. I love these shows.
I'm a Queen show person myself.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm not too hyped when it gets to it, but I'm always like, okay, well, was my bet correct? Was my gamble right? You know, just yeah.
I'm not betting.
yeah. No, trust me, we
I
don't
think I
bet.
learned when-
We don't bet on these things. You know.
I think I learned my lesson. I'm not betting on anybody. Because when you least expect it, and as you rightfully said, we don't get the chaperones, their accolades and whatever.
Right.
But
The chaperones.
most of the
really-
chaperones that have the winners are repeat chaperones,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
that's how they get out, being repeat chaperones. But chaperones, we see you, we appreciate you preparing the girls for the show so that they can put on a show for us, the audience that are looking for one.
And then the people that make the dresses for the evening gown.
We don't give anybody much kudos, but
There's a designer that
Oh,
comes
boy.
here every year.
Randy Madre.
Randy Madre.
Yeah,
Randy,
Mr. Madre. That's
but
my good friend right there.
They say for Randy's dresses,
Mm-hmm.
Randy don't make them to fit you. You have to slim down to fit in the dress.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of a Queen show.
Yeah.
Unless we're going to have a big and beautiful. But yeah, the
We've
whole
had some
point.
big and beautifuls before.
That's what I'm saying, right? I'm not knocking anybody.
No,
the
no,
whole
no,
point
we're
of
not
being
nobody.
in
No,
a
we're good.
poised Queen show
course.
is to look a certain way. And mind you, as I said, I'm not trying to be ridiculous, but I know shows back then you had to look a certain way. You had to be this tiny. Your hair had to be this. You had to do.
Yeah.
But now I said the inclusion is happening. Kudos to that. But we still have to look a certain way because people expect queens to present themselves
Correct.
a certain way.
Correct.
Miss Elizabeth, may God rest her soul in peace. She had to present herself every time she showed up and showed out. And she was a queen for years.
Right,
just
right.
saying, right? The literal
Right,
queen that just
right,
passed on.
right.
But she always presented herself. She didn't go out with her hair sticking up and looking weird. Her outfits, her bags, her shoes, even down to her hosiery matched. So, yeah. She presented herself all the time. So queens have to present themselves. So I just think it's only fair that they look the part, act the part, and be the part.
Well, you see, in this modern world, you know, I was watching something last night that the social media right now validates when people are wrong, right? So a lot of women, and I'm not trying to attack women this morning, but someone, you're saying that, okay, she was always well poised and what's not, and then somebody might argue and be like, well, who said a woman got to be well poised, or how is she acknowledged as like a proper woman because she's well poised all the time? Why can't she just exist as she is? What if she wants to change her gender and stuff like that? And I don't subscribe to any of that, yo. Like,
Okay, guys.
what happened, Jamsta?
No, nothing happened. It's time.
Want to say goodbye?
For real? It's 10
Yeah.
o'clock. I was just about to get into my sermon. Are you pointing that?
To Jesus. Okay, folks. Sorry we had a short one today.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a short one today, but we gotta go. Same place, same time tomorrow.
We love you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
Sorry
and being
about
so
the glitches.
patient.
Sorry.
Yes, we hope we hope to have all this stuff sorted
Morning
out
time,
today,
Tyson.
so that we're back on point
Yeah, tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Have a good one, gentlemen. It was always
Okay.
a pleasure.
great. Okay.
Bye-bye.